Okay, council, it is 7 o'clock, so we will call our meeting to order. And I would ask council to rise for our council commitment. We are grateful for the many gifts which have been bestowed on Penticton and its citizens, including the gifts of freedom, opportunity, and peace that we enjoy. May we be worthy custodians of all that has been entrusted to us. We ask that all in attendance and those who could not be here assist us in promoting good government. May our decisions as members of council be enlightened, and may we all be strengthened in our awareness of our duties and responsibilities. May we be granted the wisdom, knowledge, will, and the understanding to preserve the good fortune of the town for the benefit of all, and to make good laws and wise decisions. Thank you. Our third item on our agenda is approval of the agenda. So I have a motion moved by Councilor Saunders, second by Councilor Rose, that the agenda of the regular council meeting of September 26, 2018 be approved as presented. Any issues? Anything to add? Seeing none, all those in favor? Carried. Declaration of pecuniary interest. Either now or at time that the item comes forward. So adoption of minutes not already confirmed. Moved by Councilor Rose, seconded by Councilor Rawson, that the following minutes of council meetings confirmed as adopted as circulated. Special Council, September 12, 2018. Council, September 12, 2018. And Committee of the Whole, September 12, 2018. Any issues or comments? Seeing none, all those in favor? Carried. Moved by Councilor Saunders, seconded by Councilor Rose, that the recommendations contained within Committee of the Whole report related to finance and corporate service section be approved. Are there any issues with those minutes? Seeing none, all those in favor? Carried. Moved by Councilor Rose, seconded by Councilor Rawson, that recommendations contained within Committee of the Whole report related to the Transportation and Environmental Services section be approved. Issues, questions? Seeing none, all those in favor? Carried. Moved by Councilor Saunders, seconded by Councilor Rose, that the council, maybe I'm a little ahead of myself here. I am. So presentation and consideration of reports and special committees. I still have two more to go. Okay. Have a motion by Councilor Roux, seconded by Councilor Mayotte, that the recommendations contained within Committee of the Whole report related to Recreation Community Services section be approved. Questions? Seeing none, all those in favor? Carried. Moved by Councilor Levy, seconded by Councilor Lauder, that recommendations contained within Committee of the Whole report related to planning and development services section be approved. Any issues, comments? Seeing none, all those in favor? Carried. Thank you, Council. So we'll move on to number 8, which is presentations, considerations of reports, special committee, there is none, matters for consideration. 9A, moved by Councilor Roux, seconded by Councilor Mayotte, that the town submit a grant application to the Trans-Canada Trail for the engineering and study of the overhead bridge road trailhead development project and that staff be directed to include the matching funds in the 2019 budget presentation. Councillor Leroux.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The reason that this is being brought directly to Council and not through Committee of the Whole is because of the deadline for the application for the grant. So we are hoping that Council will approve this and that the staff may proceed to apply for the grant, which I think the deadline is October 5th. So what I will do, I'll have our Director of Recreation and Community Services give us a little update on what is going to transpire. Sherry?
Thank you, Councillor Leroux. The trail strategy that was put forth by the Trails Committee and adopted by Council acknowledges that the overhead bridge trailhead improvements are the second priority on the strategy. We did have a placeholder in the 2020 capital budget from last year that we do engineering and design for this project. We budgeted $50,000. This grant opportunity would be for 50% of that. We have the other 25 in reserve. So we're proposing that we apply for this grant from the engineering study to develop the trailhead as well as deal with some drainage issues that create constant surface erosion problems at the trail.
Questions, concerns? Seeing none, all those in favor? Carried. Number 10 on our agenda, notice of motions. Motions of notice, which have been previously given, which we have none. Notice of motions. And then we have number 12, consideration of bylaws. Moved by Councillor Saunders, seconded by Councillor Rose. That Council of the Town of Penetanguishene introduce the following bylaws: 2018-68, 2018-69, 2018-70, and 2018-71. And that bylaws be read first time and deemed to be read second and third time and carried. Are there any issues or questions about any of these bylaws? Seeing none, call for the vote. All those in favor? Carried. Thank you, Council. Question period from the media. Seeing none. Question period from the public. Seeing none. Announcements and inquiries.
Madam Chair.
Councillor Leroux.
I wish to announce the Doors Open Simcoe County, which will be taking place Saturday, September 29, 2018. And in Penetanguishene, we have three that are on the slate. The Beck Monument, which is at the First Presbyterian Cemetery on Church Street. The St. Anne's Jesuit Memorial Church. And the Penetanguishene Centennial Museum and Archives. So on September 29th, the Beck Monument and St. Anne's are going to be open from 10 until 4, and the museum from 10 until 3.
Thank you. Are there further announcements? Seeing none, we have confirmation bylaw moved by Councillor Saunders, seconded by Councillor Rose, that the confirmation bylaw 2018-72 be signed and sealed by the Mayor and Clerk. All those in favor? Carried. And someone for adjournment? Moved by Councillor Ross, seconded by Councillor Saunders. Thank you, Council. Is that a record? Okay. So we'll just move right into our Committee of the Whole. So I will call the Committee of the Whole to order and ask for approval of the agenda. I need a mover, Councillor Leroux, seconded by Councillor Rawson. Anything to add? Seeing none, all those in favor? Carried. We have declaration of pecuniary interest, either now or at the time the item comes forward. Number five, presentation and delegations for all sections, of which we have none this evening. Number five, council information package. Recommended action that the council information package having been given due consideration be received for information. Moved by Councillor Rawson, seconded by Councillor Levy. Discussion. Councillor Saunders, and then the clerk wishes to speak as well.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Deputy Mayor. I just wanted to say that I think our staff have done a wonderful job of abbreviating the information package. You recall the last one that we received was numerous pages, and I think our CAO has done a good job in winnowing this down to some very important items. So good job, Jeff.
Thank you, Councillor Saunders. Madam Clerk.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Just a quick note regarding the council information package. And you probably noticed not only the difference in size, which Councillor Saunders was referencing, but there's also been a change in terms of where the location is in the council information package. We did include it in as part of the Finance and Corporate Services section in the last agenda, realizing that there might be things in that agenda that each one of you might want to pull and speak to. We thought that adding at the beginning of the agenda, giving council an opportunity to maybe pull that item and add it to your individual section of the agenda to speak to it and potentially move a motion regarding it was a little bit of a better place for it to be, and hoping that works well for council as well.
If there's no further discussion, I will call for the vote. All those in favor? Carried. Move on to section A, and I will turn the meeting over to Councillor Rawson.
Thank you, Madam Chair. 6A is our consent agenda. Recommend the following consent agenda items have been given due consideration be received for information. We have two items regarding trans members to pull any of these for further discussion. Seeing none, so we'll get a mover for the transit ridership monthly update and the transit committee minutes daily. Mover, Councillor Mack, second, Councillor Lauder. Call for the vote. All in favor? And opposed? Carried. B, number one is a verbal update from the Director of Public Works regarding the Main Street Reconstruction Project. Brian.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Our contractor has proceeded into the intersection of Thompson's Road as per his schedule. We're expecting that the majority of the underground works within that intersection will be completed by the end of this week, with spillover to next week for road building, and followed shortly thereafter with the extension of the curbing into that intersection, and then followed after that by base course asphalt paving. And that will be the extent of the underground works associated with the Main Street Reconstruction Project. It's a substantial milestone in the project, with the remaining elements of the project being primarily road restoration works, surface course asphalt paving, as well as the streetscaping furnishings on the project, as well as the boulevard restoration being completed over the next 8 weeks. We have a substantial completion deadline with the contract at the end of November, and through conversations with our contractor, they're confident that they'll meet that date.
Thank you, Brian. Any members have any questions for Brian? Councillor Lauder.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just a minor question, Brian, regarding right-hand turn lane. When did the preparation of that lane with the building construction, when are you anticipating?
The preparation of the right-hand lanes, the sub-X for the road widening at that intersection will be taking place over the next couple of weeks.
And Councillor Saunders.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I noticed today, Brian, at the intersection at Robert and Fuller, particularly shift change time, was just absolutely impossible. And I'm wondering, so it's a similar situation down at Thompson's Road. if it would be useful to ask the OPP to assign a traffic controller at both of those intersections until change time. Because there's a lot of people going over to toward Fuller, trying to consciously avoid downtown for obvious reasons. But that adds to the stress on that intersection at Fuller and Robert. So I think you might find the OPP are very willing to try and help out there.
We can certainly make those inquiries with the OPP. Thank you.
Any other member questions for Brian on Main Street construction? Seeing none, thank you, Brian. Sees referral upcoming agendas and staff. Do any members have any revisions, additions, manipulations, tweaks to the referrals? Seeing none, need a mover that the Transportation Environmental Service Section endorse the following addition and existing referrals upcoming agendas and staff. Moved by Councilor Rose, seconder, Councilor LaRue. Call for the vote. All in favor? And opposed? And that is carried. Question period from the media and public. Schedule the podium.
Hello, my name is Mike Gadju. I'd like to talk to you about the reconstruction on the Main Street as far as the services for the business goes. I received a letter 2 days ago from the town of Panatang requesting $613.59 for an upgrade on the service that I had no knowledge about. They came to a public meeting and said anybody who is looking for any of these changes, and they mentioned the sewer, water, and storm connection, to make contact with the town and make sure they have arrangements with their plumber. In the past, when I purchased the building, I was approached by the town to upgrade the water meter in the building, and they said they would bring the service to the building, and it was my responsibility to have a plumber there to do the inside work. They had to tear up the sidewalk in the Main Street area to replace the existing piping that was there, and I wasn't charged. So now, after talking to some members of staff, they said, well, 8 of the 9, believe it or not, 9 businesses that had the service put in has agreed to make payment. And I said, well, there's nothing in writing. I was never approached about it. I had no knowledge about it. And if I would have, I would not have any issues with it. But because I had no understanding that there was a fee charged, I find that this is unfair by the town to request business own. And in this conversation, I was totally shocked to find out with all the businesses we have on the Main Street, only 9 of them have this service being put there. When I talked to some of the businesses that were required to put in this service, they were told by the fire chief in the near future, all businesses, if they're doing any upgrades to sell their business, will be needed to put in sprinkler services, which will need a 2-inch feed. So if this is the case, we're going to have to tear up the whole Main Street again every time a business is sold to put in this feed. Why wasn't it part of the construction to put in these services to these businesses as they went past them? It's kind of ludicrous to go through all this reconstruction to know that half these buildings, or most of the buildings, because if only 9, most of the buildings will not have the service at their building. And if it's required in the future, the Main Street will have to be tore up to have the service brought to them. I'm probably one of very few that have a storm sewer service that was brought to my building, and I don't have a fee for that, thank God. So I would like town to really consider to take a look, because they told me multiple times there was nothing in writing. It was a verbal conversation sometime in June. I spoke with them many times because the construction company was way behind when they got to our place, and the dates that were previously set out weren't met. So I had to change scheduling with my plumber. My plumber just happens to be the same plumber that the town uses. And at no time was I ever notified that was a fee for this particular project. The fee is not astronomical. It's not something that I would object to if I was aware of it. It's a principle thing. The principle is, there's no written agreement, there's nothing put in writing, never notified me in writing. There was no verbal conversation saying there was a fee. So I refused to pay for it at this particular time, and I wish town staff would reconsider their fees for charge that, and normal cases would be, because in the past, I never had to pay for it, why would I pay for it now?
Thank you. Jeff, would we be able to connect Mr. Cahill and work through your process on this?
Through you, Chair Ross, and absolutely, I did connect with him for a few moments beforehand, but what I did commit to is to follow up with him and involve our staff within Public Works to see if we can come to a solution that works for all.
Thank you. Mr. Cahill, Jeff, there's our CFO for that issue. Okay. Any other questions from the media or public? Seeing none. Brian, huge kudos on the Keisha. I know everyone's involved with that, but I've heard nothing positive reviews on the street, and literally everyone's saying nothing positive things. I'm hearing that from so kudos to everybody. I think a great work was done on every element, and like you said, it's almost there, so great job. Back to you, Madam Deputy Mayor.
Yes, and now we'll move on to number 7, Recreation and Community Services, and I will hand things over to Councilor LaRue.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Section B, Recreation Community Service, the consent agenda, the recommended action, the following consent agenda items having been given due consideration be received for information. Heritage Committee minutes, May 28, 2018, and Seniors Committee minutes, August 14. Are there any concerns? If not, a mover. Councilor Rawson and secondary Councilor Saunders. All in favor? Matters for consideration are none, and we have referrals to upcoming agenda and staff. Any items that we added? There are none. A mover. Councilor Rawson and Madam Deputy Mayor second. All in favor? Thank you. Question period from media? None. Question period from public? None. Pass back to you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Councilor LaRue. We'll move on to Section C, Planning and Community Development Services, and I will hand things off to Councilor Lee.
Thank you very much, Madam Deputy Mayor. Under the consent agenda, we have recommended action that the following consent agenda items, having been given due consideration, be received for information. We have the Downtown Improvement Committee minutes and correspondence from Loopstra Nixon LLP appealed by Queens Court Development Limited. Is there any discussion anyone would like to open either of these two items? I would like to ask the CAO to give us a bit of an explanation about the letter from the lawyer re the appeal, if you would, Mr. CAO.
Through you, Madam Chair, I'm going to refer to Andrea, if it's okay, just to give a quick synopsis of our discussion with Quinto as well. He's tried to articulate here, but recognizing, and I get it, that it's perhaps a little bit complicated.
Thank you very much, Madam Director.
Thank you very much, Councilor Levy. So this piece of correspondence is from our municipal solicitor on the appeal. After we retained their services, they took a look at the policies and the regulations of the legislation, and it's their opinion that the LPAT has made an incorrect decision with respect to the regime under which the zoning bylaw will be heard. So this is not a strategic move on behalf of our solicitor. It really is pointing out the LPAT that they felt that they misinterpreted the legislation, and this is the correct process to follow through. So they are bringing this to the attention of the LPAT. We are awaiting a response from the LPAT as to how they will deal with this in the future. When that comes through, we'll make sure that council and the public is aware of it. At this point in time, we're not 100% sure if it has any impacts on the timing. Right now, we have a pre-hearing conference date set for January 11th, so it may impact that date, but we'll wait for the LPAT on that.
Thank you very much. Do I have a mover? Deputy Mayor? I
I think for the audience, could you explain what LPAT is? Thank you.
Through you, Councilor Deputy Mayor. Sorry, the LPAT is the Local Planning Appeals Tribunal. This is the board that's replaced the Ontario Municipal Board. So they are now tasked with managing appeals under planning applications for the province.
Thank you very much. Do I have a mover? Councillor LaRose, seconded. Councillor Louder. All those in favor? Thank you very much. And carried. Matters for consideration. 2017 Building Department Financial Report. Recommended action that the 2017 Building Department Financial Report be received as information and posted on the town's website. Do I have a mover for that? Councillor Bowder. Seconded by Deputy Mayor Dubo. Any discussion on that? All those in favor? Carried. Thank you. Wayfinding signage program recommended action that the additional signage to the town's existing perimeter signs for Discovery Harbor be approved, and that the changes to Phase 4 of the town's wayfinding signage program for schools and parks be approved in principle as per staff report PD 1864. And finally, that staff report back on the proposed modification to Phase 4 of the wayfinding signage program, including cost sharing with school board's locations and signage details. Do I have a mover for that? Oh, discussion first? Okay, discussion? Yes, Councillor Louder.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm fully in favor of this, and I will move it. My only comment is I've looked at the signs, especially that I've gone around town, looking at the signs also. And I love it when we have the town of and Penetangushin on all the signs. So some of them are just the information, and I think we have to sell the town as much as possible all the time. So what I'm just suggesting is that all the signs that do come forward, I know the signs that are by Discovery Harbor all have this mechanism at the top, but all the other signs that we do in the future should always have Penetangushin on them. So just to highlight ourselves at all times. Minor comment, but yes, I'll move.
Thank you very much. Seconded by Councillor Rassen. All in favor? And carried. Thank you very much. Next, Harbor Point Subdivision, formerly Belisle Heights, Phase 3 Red Line Revision. Recommended action that the Council of the Town of Penetangushin grant approval to the revised Harbor Point Subdivision. Phase 3, file number PEN sub 2004-01, draft plan of subdivision September 2018 pursuant to Section 51 of the Planning Act. And that the revised conditions of draft plan approval of Phase 3 of Harbor Point Subdivision be approved as per staff report PD 1860. And further, that the conditions of draft plan subdivision Belisle Penetang Development Limited Phase file number PEN sub 2004-01 constitute a major change pursuant to Section 5147 Planning Act. And finally, that the street name Beausoleil Drive be approved for Phase 3. So what this gives us is a situation where we have an already approved subdivision plan with the revisions that are planning minor and which qualifies for red line, and we can simply give it approval instead of starting from scratch and going through a long process. This gives, I believe, 72 new units in Belisle Heights, whatever they want to call it. Any questions? Councillor Saunders.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just one quick question. When you were reading the motion, I believe you erroneously word major instead of minor. In reading the motion, I just want to clarify that it is minor.
I did. Thank you very much. Councillor LaRose.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I was just wondering if they're all kind of minor ones, if you could highlight a couple of the major ones that we may want to hear.
Thank you very much, Andrea.
Thank you, Councillor Levy. Through you to Councillor Rose. There are three changes that I would say are to highlight. The first one is the westernmost lots in Phase 3. They have eliminated two of those lots to allow for a future road connection into future Phase 4. We don't have applications for that, but they facilitated an opportunity for Phase 4. Additionally, the overhead power line through that development, the town, the developer, as well as Hydro One and Electra have been in long conversations about the overhead lines, and so we're proposing to bury those overhead lines. They run through the subdivision and relocate them to the westernmost road. This would mean that the overhead lines through Martin Valley Park will be buried, and those overhead lines will go underground on a future road and up the hill by LeCron High School, and then come above ground at Martin Valley Park right at the end of John Street. So what that also does is with the movement of those power lines, it's freed up where the currents go through the subdivision, and so the developer has shifted the lots over a little bit there so they can add a new lot in there where the overhead lines used to run across the property. And so with all those changes, the big one, I guess, that is happening is that when this development was approved, one of the blocks in the subdivision was intended to be a future road connection or extension of John Street. It required that the developer obtain land either from LeCron High School property or from our Martin Valley Park in order to facilitate a width of a road allowance needed in there. So with this change, that connection will no longer happen. They've got a traffic impact study that talks about levels of service and access into the site, and this road connection isn't needed. And from a staff point of view, it's actually not desirable from our point of view, or in support of changing up any of their lands, the way their operations at the parking lot there, drop off. So we think it's a good idea, and it's a minor change subdivision, but that would have been the biggest part of that road connection won't occur. You'll have all the road connections in now below Owen Street into Rogers Road, Santa Ma, and Thompson Road.
Thank you very much.
Happy? Good. Thank you very much. Deputy Mayor?
Yes, I just want to comment about the name. This was brought up in Heritage as the report stipulates, and we discovered that one very prominent within the municipality has not been used to date. So we're very happy to put forward Beausoleil Drive.
Thank you very much. Further discussion? Yes, Councillor Lauder.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would like to bring up, as I always do, as chair of the committee, my emphasis to clean, healthy living. Section 28 does talk about constructing Thompson Road and the associated trail, Townsville standards. So I just want to make sure that these discussions continue. It is one of our, Sherry mentioned earlier, Director of Recreation, from the trail strategy. This is part of our trail strategy to have a trail come through here and matching up to our network of trails. So it is important, and I did mention with our Director of Planning, and she's in contact with our Director of Public Works, and they will ensure that a full multi-use trail does go through to our standards. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councillor. Do I have a mover for that? Councillor Lauder? And a seconder? Councillor Mariette. All those in favor? And carried. Thank you very much. Moving on to referrals. There are none. We should add some referrals, a whole bunch, eh? What's our maximum? The director may want to add something to her workload.
Thank you, Councillor Levy, for humor me on this one. I'm not sure if Council's had a chance to see that the province of Ontario has changed their cannabis retail sales rules. And when I was just briefing, I don't know if our CEOs even heard this one, but they are proposing that municipalities have to decide by January 22nd, 2019 to opt in or opt out of retail sales. So that's news to me. I was hoping for April 1st deadline, but the province announced today that January 22nd, 2019.
Thank you very much. Might I ask, I heard a bit announcement. It was only made this afternoon. Are they still allowing us to opt in at a later date if we opt out at that deadline?
Councillor Levy, I do believe that's always an option to opt in at any point.
Very good. Thank you. Yes.
Councillor Levy, if I may, I am a member of the Simcoe District Health Board, and we've had major discussion about this particular issue, and there was a briefing note in our last meeting. I am trying to get my hands on a copy of that briefing note. There's a lot of information, so I will be sharing it. There is even information on the session that happened at AMO, and I know a lot of the councillors had to get back, so we're not in attendance, but I will try to share that with everyone.
Thank you very much. As Andrea and I pointed out, the rules changed somewhat again today. So I would suggest we put recreational cannabis on the agenda for first quarter 2019. I don't think we have to rush into anything next week on this. And so staff will take time because the provincial government is still changing rules. So there's no need to rush into this. And if the council today deals with it in the first quarter, I think that will be just fine.
Madam Chair,
Councillor Rauter, you have a question? No. Sorry, we can opt in at any time. Sorry, go ahead.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. My only fear, because I did attend the cannabis session at AMO this year, my only fear is that the opting in and opting out, once you make a decision, there hasn't been anything publicized yet, but I fear that there will be a time limit with respect to when you can change your mind, because it's going to be unfair to our business to say we're going to opt out and opt in, or likewise, if we opt in, you are allowed to opt out, but it'd be unfair to a business to allow them to get started and then shut them down. So I believe that there will be a significant time frame. Throw it out of my head would be a year or 6 months, something like that. But there's nothing allocated. I'm just saying. I think we should be ready with our decision for the January 22nd. So I'd like to see this in late December.
Considering this wasn't on the agenda, and we have to start with it as a referral item in order to staff to gather the ever-changing information rules and regulations, I say we put it back in their capable hands, Mr. CAO.
Through Madam Chair, that was going to be my recommendation. At a staff level, we have already coordinated a roundtable with our OPP folks for early November. We may in fact be in front of council in advance of January, but we'll come back with some suggested timing, and certainly later than what's already been suggested. I think I understand deliverable, so we can identify further items on the next agenda. Sounds good to committee.
Thank you very much. This isn't something we want to rush into. It's not something our residents want us to rush into, but we do owe it to scrutinize this and give it some good thought with the facts and details. Thank you very much. Do we need to vote on referral? Yes. Seconded, Deputy Mayor. All those in favor? Carried. Thank you very much. Lost my place. Quickly find it again. Question period for media and the public. Mr. Public. Mike Cadu.
Once again, my name is Mike Kedju, and staff has brought this proposal of cannabis into the picture. I would recommend to all council members, before you make a decision on cannabis, you should learn about it. I know by speaking to someone who's very well educated on it, some of you don't have a clue what you're talking about. And I'm talking to the taxpayers, this community, prohibition doesn't work. If we go ahead and ban the sale of cannabis in our town to have it sold in the next community, we've just committed political suicide. So when you decide to vote, ask your candidates where they stand on the cannabis issue, and make sure they understand what they're talking about.
Thank you very much, Mike. The all candidates tomorrow. No, we're just referring an item for staff to gather details, and we can have a proper further discussion. This is the first time we've brought it up. Thank you. So we're done. Anybody else? That shall Deputy Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor Levy, and I will hand things off, Finance and Corporate Services to Vice Chair Saunders.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Looking at the consent agenda, there's one item that the following consent items having been given consideration for information. Number one is changes in legislation with respect to the whole. And are there any questions about that? Anybody wish to bring that forward? Could I have a mover to accept that? Councillor Levy and Councillor LaRue. All in favor? That's carried. A verbal update from the CAO with respect to education development charges, a subject dear to our heart. Jeff?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Committee will recall the last that I spoke with you about was in June, I believe. Following, I guess it was actually prior to that. It was in April or May, where we received unanimous direction from committee and council to support the area-specific charge. Back in early May, we did send a letter articulating council's position on that to both boards. And they decided they were going to defer any decision on the rate until they had an opportunity to ask the consultant to actually do the analysis area specific. And when I say area specific, I mean north versus south in comparison to jurisdiction-wide, which is the one charge for all, essentially. They held both school boards held a stakeholders meeting about 2.5 weeks ago, which I attended, and then subsequent to that, 2 weeks ago on September the 10th, they held a public meeting, which both the Deputy Mayor and myself attended, and we did formally state our position, which was in support of the area-specific charge. At that meeting, they did present the numbers. I will send out what those numbers look like, but essentially the current, and I'll just use residential as an example. The residential proposed jurisdiction-wide charge that everyone seen back in May had roughly a 290% increase. When they did the jurisdiction-wide charge, when they did the north versus south charge, the north charge actually had a 116% increase, so a fairly nominal increase, whereas the south increase seen a 362% increase. So very substantial, pretty significant, and from our perspective, it doesn't really represent the development and the real estate values in North Simcoe. We did submit another letter articulating our position to coincide with the deputation on September 10th, as did two other municipalities. Two other municipalities got up and spoke as well. From a United perspective, there's been several conversations amongst North Simcoe, the administration staff in the North Simcoe municipalities, and as of today, we've requested that EDCMS get involved in addition to what they got involved back in the spring. In other words, we're asking them to submit a letter as well, further reiterating the position that we have taken, as well as we're asking them to take the lead on collectively putting together a joint deputation at the next public meeting, which is October 25th at the Muskoka Catholic Board in Barrie. At that meeting on the 25th of October, they intend on making a decision, which would come into effect on November 4th. This is all assuming that the province doesn't step in. The province has to approve any education development charge studies, whereas municipally they don't. So there is a possibility the province may step in, as they did just after they took office following the June 7th election, and asked 3 other school boards to stay any increases to the rates and actually maintain the current rates for a 1-year period until such time the province could further sink their teeth into the situation. So it's a convoluted situation, I get it, but I guess my message for committee and council is we have reiterated our position again, and the hope is that we will have a joint deputation and hopefully have EDCMS actually take the lead for us at the October 25th meeting to again state our position. I'd be happy to field any questions.
Thank you, Jeff. Are there questions? Madam Deputy Mayor.
Just, Jeff, I know you gave percentages, but I think understanding the actual dollar figure is important, so I wonder if you could just give us an idea of what the development charge is today and what it may go to in the future.
Sure. Through you, Mr. Chair, I apologize. I was trying to simplify it, but I possibly didn't. The current, and I'll just use residential as an example. The current charge is $1,759. The proposed jurisdiction-wide charge that we've seen back in April or May didn't change, and that's $5,050. So that's the 287% increase I talked about. The proposed north area charge is $2,040, which is the 116% that I spoke about. And then the proposed south charge is $6,370, which is the 362% I talked about. So very, very substantial, very, very significant. And from our perspective, doesn't represent the real estate and the development situation in North Simcoe.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you. Are there any other questions? One quick one. Jeff, you mentioned, at least this is what I heard, that the school boards would try and make a decision by November, notwithstanding the election. I find it a little surprising that anybody would make a significant financial decision these days in advance of the election.
So the school board, because their bylaw expires on November the 4th, they have to have something in place by then, or essentially they can't charge any development charges. That has been raised, the point that you made, Councillor Saunders, has been raised by another stakeholder in the stakeholder session. And certainly, I don't think we've been given any indication that they won't make a decision on the 25th of October. Recognizing that the current Board of Trustees will still be in office, but of course it's a possibility.
To what degree would the decision by the school board, if made by November, be appealable?
That's a great question. Part of the ramification, and I just got yesterday or the day before the staff report that the Catholic School Board Superintendent drafted. And part of, and in that report, he has clearly articulated that his position is to maintain the jurisdiction-wide charge, but that there will be another staff report to finalize that staff recommendation in advance of the 25th. Part of what he has talked about in his report is that back in 2008, I want to say, there were a group of municipalities, and I believe Penetanguishene was included, that did appeal this to the OMB at the time, that, and it's the very same matter, the jurisdiction-wide charge, and the argument at the time was that we should be looking at an area-specific charge. It did get appealed to the OMB. They upheld the approach that both school boards took, which was the jurisdiction-wide approach, and then it actually went to the appeal court, and they actually upheld the decision as well. I think it's a great question. There possibly are some new items at play here, but it would have to be something that if they did maintain jurisdiction-wide, I'm sure as a group of northern municipalities and as a group of municipal councils, the municipalities may wish to entertain or at least have the conversation.
Thank you very much. We have a motion on the floor. It's moved and seconded. All in favor? That's carried. Moving on to guest house shelter request for loan forgiveness. In the absence of our treasurer tonight, Mr. CAO, I wonder if you could lead us through the issue.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The report in front of committee this evening is a report resulting from a deputation or a presentation that we received from the guest house shelter back in June, whereby they had requested at the time that we forgive the $25,000 loan that the town of Penetanguishene provided them. There's been a number of conversations amongst administration groups or the staff at the four municipalities around this item. From our perspective at the town of Penetanguishene, I think what we're suggesting, which ultimately is option one, is to defer the decision until council deals with the 2017 annual surplus report, which will be addressed by the new term of council in January of 2019, which aligns with the previous decision last week by committee of the whole here to defer those community requests, those community asks until a new term of council takes their office. Some of the conversation amongst the administration group in the 4 municipalities is really around the timelines of how this took place and what took place in terms of when they originally asked for the loan, in addition to when they came and asked for forgiveness, as well as in between they asked for a deferral of payment of the first payment. A few of the municipalities have asked for more information from the guest house around what they're doing and what their efforts are to date to raise funds. Some of the municipalities have had conversation around maybe they look at a matching program. In terms of dollar for dollar that they raise, the municipality might be willing to entertain taking that approach. Midland, and I'll just provide an update that's not in the report for committee. The town of Midland did approve this, the forgiveness of this loan in the form of a grant this past Monday night at their council meeting. Tiny Township anticipates taking this through their process towards the end of the year. And that's Tay Township, and Tiny Township anticipates taking this over the next month through their committee of the whole. So certainly, committee here has an opportunity to deal with this now or sooner than January of 2019. But from staff's perspective, we felt this aligned very nicely with the surplus analysis, which would be an opportunity to fund this $25,000 should committee and subsequently council wish to do so.
Thank you very much. The recommendation from staff is option one. Would someone care to move option one? Thank you. Is there a seconder? Thank you very much. So, Councilor Levy, and seconded by Deputy Mayor. And we'll open this for discussion. Is there any discussion? I see, first of all, Councilor Rawson, followed up by Councilor Rose.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I watched the tape on this one, and I recall during this presentation that I said, why don't we call a spade a spade? Why don't we call this a grant? You just want us to give you $25,000? And the mayor said, nope, they want a loan. Good paper makes for good partnerships. I said, well, let's just give them the $25,000 because they're not going to pay us back. Let's just call it what it is. But we were assured that we were going to enter a bona fide relationship with this group. 2 meetings after this, we had an individual come to us asking us to forgive taxes and actually carried a presentation on the number of residents in our town that are having tax arrears at that time. We were willing to waive that, but here we are now, willing to forgive a loan. We have a bona fide contract. We were assured that they are good for it, and now they're asking for charity. I say, no, paper's paper. Follow through with what you committed to do. We were assured at this table that it was a contract and a loan. Lots of people want to hand up. We appreciate that, but a contract is a contract. Maybe the CEO could help us and clarify do we have current people that are behind on their taxes right now? I'm sure we could reallocate this $25,000 for that. I know you have a motion on the floor. I'd love to move option 3. Let's keep the contract the way it is. New council can decide to do what they want to do, but we have a contract.
Councilor Rose.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I have a similar problem. We heard from these people 6 months in, they came back to us and said, can you forgive it? Well, 6 months is pretty short timing, so I feel like we kind of got duped in the deal. They've never made a payment, they've never made an effort to make a payment, they've never came forward with anything other than 6 months after we asked you to lend them money, now we don't want to pay you back. We've heard nothing from them since. I'm not saying it's a bad organization or anything like that. They do good work. But if someone comes and asks for a loan, it's a loan. if someone asks you for a loan and then comes back 6 months later and says, well, I'm asking you that I never have to pay it back. I don't believe that they have made an appropriate effort to do that to us, or for us, I should say. So at this point, I would rather ask them to see what they would be willing to do towards this. Is there a possibility of an extension of that loan for a year? Are they making any progress in making any of the payments, or have they just decided that they won't bother paying any of their municipalities back?
Thank you for those questions and comments. Let me clarify that if indeed your appetite is to go in the direction suggested by Councillor Rawson, the appropriate action will be to defeat the resolution on the floor, and then Councillor Rawson could move a different resolution. Are there any other comments on the resolutions on the floor?
Yes, I need clarification of what is actually on the floor.
The resolution that you moved.
Okay.
Which was option 1.
Thank you.
Option 1. Which is present the greenhouse request along with other community contribution requests received with our 2017 surplus and analysis report that will be represented to Council in January 2019. That's the motion on the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Can we get a recorded vote, please?
Absolutely. Madam Clerk, we've been requested to have a recorded vote on this issue, which is again option 1. Pardon me? Yes, I have not called the question, so yes, you have one comment, I assume?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. My only comment is that if we do choose option 1, then I believe the council at the time can, at that point, undergo the non-forgiveness and put us straight back into a loan must repay situation, contract situation. So, thank you. Sorry? I believe we'd be leading them to a deferred decision so that the new council can make the correct understanding of the situation and decide.
Okay, no further comments? We'll have a recorded vote on option 1. Madam CEO?
Thank you, Councillor Saunders. So a recorded vote regarding that option 1 be approved as presented within this report. Councillor Rawson has requested the recorded vote. Councillor Rawson.
Opposed.
Councillor Rose. Councillor Mayat.
Opposed.
Councillor LaRue.
Opposed.
Councillor Levy.
In favor?
Councillor Saunders.
Opposed?
Councillor Lauder.
In favor.
Deputy Mayor Dubois. The motion is defeated.
Thank you very much. Are there any other motions that are forthcoming? Councillor Rossi, you suggested you might be interested in option 3? We are left in the situation, therefore, where staff will have no direction in how to proceed. Pardon me? Okay. I understand that, but what I'm suggesting to council is if they want to deviate from that, now is the time to do it. Okay? All right, thank you very much. Moving right along to the next item.
Mr. Chair, just for clarification, there is an option in the report in terms of getting staff direction that is what Councillor Rawson is requesting, which would be that staff do nothing and continue with the $25,000 loan. But I suspect that that's not what committee wants to move forward with.
That's where we have a contract. We're expecting them to oblige the terms of the contract. Okay. We now have a report from Huronia Municipal Airport with a recommendation. And Councillor Rose is our designated representative to the Huronia Airport group, and I wonder if we could ask him to give us his thoughts on this issue before we go anywhere with it.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I do sit on the airport. Back in June, the Airport Commission requested the presence of all the CAOs and CFOs of the 3 municipalities, that being Midland, Tiny, and us, which are the owners of the airport. We're having an issue out there currently with our fuel supply system. To get it under control, to get it up to snuff, to make sure it meets all code and upgraded. It hasn't been upgraded in 30 years probably. It's a significant amount of money. The Commission does not have that type of money, and we would be coming to council. There was a report that was brought. It was talked about when we did our year-end report in June or July. And just basically, it would be a new capital program. So at the same time, when we had all the CAOs and that there, we decided that the airport was being underfunded. Even though it's owned by 3 municipalities, it was never treated as a municipal facility, and therefore it's been underfunded for a number of years. Everybody seemed to agree at that point in time, and it was just going to be worked out to a matter of what the new funding level would be. The report in front of us tonight speaks to the CAOs from the 3 municipalities that got together, and they had their idea of how we could reach that goal. So with that, I think I'll let it go back to our CAO, and he can tell you about the meetings that they have had with the other 2 municipalities.
Thank you, Mr. CAO.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you, Councillor Rose, for providing a very good synopsis of the situation to date. The CAOs and CFOs got together in mid-June. Unfortunately, I was unable to attend. I had a family matter. But the CAOs and CFOs did get together and had a conversation around what the best path was moving forward. I tried to articulate it in the report, and this is a joint report that has been crafted and authored by the 3 CAOs, so Midland as well as Tiny Township and myself, and it essentially is being presented to all 3 municipal councils. Midland approved it and endorsed it this past Monday night, and Tiny Township will be hearing the second committee of the whole, I believe, next week, with the intent to have it ratified by council in early October. From our perspective, really, the asset or the airport that the 3 municipalities own is pretty substantial. When they did their economic impact study in 2009, it projected a $10 million economic impact to North Simcoe. At that time, with a potential increased impact in 2015 of $15 million to our area. The numbers in terms of their budget and how they're funded is quite interesting. There hasn't been an increase to the annual amount for a number of years. As committee will recall, we're a 28% owner in this asset. Tiny Township is a 22% owner, and the town of Midland is a 50% owner. So from our perspective, to really ensure sustainability of this asset, what we're proposing is to bring in a consultant, an expert that knows the airport industry, and there are folks out there that do this, to really do a business and operational review of the asset to ensure its sustainability. We see that the asset and the model is not sustainable moving forward from a funding perspective, but also from an operational perspective. And the intent being, it will give a fulsome review of the asset and make some recommendations and provide some options that the municipal councils can entertain on a go forward. We think it's just too important of an asset to continue the status quo, and really needs a good hard look at how do we ensure the long-term sustainability of this asset. And there's been a number of things discussed and talked about, be it involving the county, be it involving a private investor. Those are just 2 examples or 2 models that have been talked about. But we think it's just too important of an asset to not provide some attention to. The other piece that we're essentially looking to do, or looking for support in principle for, is that we include our proportionate share of the fuel system upgrades in the 2019 draft budget, which would still have to be endorsed and approved by the new term of council and go through the regular process. But that's, we believe that that's a significant issue that needs to be addressed sooner rather than later, and does pose some health and safety concerns to the commission. So hopefully that provides kind of a general overview of the report. There's a lot more detail in the report, but I'd be happy to field any questions.
Thank you very much. I guess I'm struck by the conversation we had at a recent council meeting about our lame duck status and this council's ability to do anything of a significant financial direction. And I haven't changed in that respect. And you mentioned, Jeff, that the new council would have to ratify anything it would agree to anyway. And it leaves me saying, well, if that's true, then why wouldn't we just let the new council start with the whole issue and use their intelligence to decide what's a good way to proceed? It seems to me that by starting the new council with this issue, it will be a growing experience for them in terms of learning about the airport and its function. So one option would be to move to defer this to a council meeting in January 2019. Another way to proceed is to have further debate on this issue and resolve in that direction. My own personal bias is to defer this to the new council in January 19. Are there any comments, Councillor Levy?
I completely agree with you. We've deferred most other spending that was unbudgeted, so I would suggest that we defer this until new council.
Would you like to make that a motion?
I certainly would.
Or is there a seconder for that motion? I'll second it to put it on the floor. And so the motion, Madam Clerk, is?
I have Councillor Levy deferring this to January 2018, seconded by Councillor Saunders.
Yes. Any further discussion on that motion? Okay.
Mr. Chair, I just wonder if I can clarify for committees, and perhaps they're well aware of this, but from a lame duck perspective, we don't believe this is one of the provisions that committee or council can't make a decision on. We believe this is well within the ability of Penetanguishene Council to make a decision on. It's below the $50,000 threshold of unbudgeted funds. So I just wanted, I guess, first to point that out. The other piece that I will comment on, and it's been a conversation subsequent to me authoring this report, is that the belief of the administration at the three municipalities is if Penetanguishene or if Tiny Township, as an example, if one of the municipalities decides not to endorse and not to partake in this business and operational review, that providing they have a majority of the ownership group that is willing to proceed, that they will proceed with the study. Just of course, a municipality that decides not to partake would not be obligated to fund it, and that would be something for the commission to deal with on a go forward. So whether that be Penetanguishene or Tiny, because we know Midland has now endorsed it, if Penetanguishene and Midland, or if Penetanguishene and Tiny both say no, then they don't have a majority ownership group concurring and willing to proceed. So I just thought I would share that with the committee.
Thank you. Are there any further comments on the motion on the floor? Councillor Lauder.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. My understanding is the motion to defer, but what this motion is asking for is only $15,000 to $20,000, which, as I hear from CAO, that is under our threshold, and as such, we could make the decision. And the only reason for that money, clarify me if I'm wrong, but the only reason for that money is to provide excellent information to the new council so that they can make a proper, good decision. So as far as, and I'm talking about should we defer or not, and that's my mind. So my thought is that I always like as much information as possible in order to make good decisions. So the more we provide council and to the new council, the better. All of the monies is up to the new council to decide.
You're speaking in opposition to the motion.
I'm just trying to clarify that in my own mind out loud. Thank you very much.
Any other comments? I'll call the question. All those in favor of deferring? I had already called the question. I think it'll be fairly quick. All those in favor of deferring this item to the new council? All those opposed? The motion is defeated. So we're back to the beginning, so they say. Would someone care to make a separate motion? Go ahead.
I have to articulate, you're going to bear with me for a second.
You're supposed to articulate it before you push the
Well,
button.
I will, when I'm done my rant. I like the motion with some tweaks. We hear lots about North Simcoe, Midland, Mattachine, Tiny, and Tay. Councillor Rose has talked lots about the funding gap at the airport. He's tried to champion more money for the airport, and we haven't really listened. We've given a little bit here, a little bit there. I think the airport is a tremendous asset, and yes, they do need some more dollars. I don't think having a review by Midland, Mattachine, and Tiny CEOs and their consultants is the right thing. EDCNS has been championed to look at economic opportunities in North Simcoe County, and we have 4 municipalities there. I think they are the right organization to be looking at the feasibility. They can hire a consultant to do what they do. But I think they are the right one to be looking at this. This report talks about stuff that's, we talk about business plans, strategic plans, service review, governance. It's getting messy. Really, we're talking about this started with gas stocks, and now we're looking at, is it a viable asset? Is it a sustainable asset? We need to have all 4 municipalities involved. That's the first issue. So Midland and Tiny and us being involved, that's the wrong conversation. We need to have EDCNS at the table to do this. The math here is $45,000 to $60,000 to hire a consultant to do this. The work has been done. Although it's dated, the work has been done. Someone's got to tweak and bring up to speed. Our share of that, the CEO put in the report of $15,000 to $20,000. We did our service review this year at $28,000 with Blackline. So our share of this is saying 15 to 20. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be 15 to 20. I would consider it probably be significantly less than that. I just don't like the way this looks. I agree that we've got to look at some funding. And again, this came up because I said gas stocks. But again, Councillor Rose has brought this forward, and we haven't really paid attention to the asset and the real viability. We need all 4 municipalities involved. I think, no disrespect to Jeff, but him and the other 2 CEOs and CFOs, it's the wrong table. I think, we wouldn't do this to the library. The library is its own board. When they come here and ask for the dollars, the board runs their show. The second attachment here is the agreement to the board for the airport commission. It's their wheelhouse. And now we're saying, we don't like the way you govern. We don't like the way you do your business. Jeff said tonight, we don't know if it's a sustainable asset. We want to review it and see. It's not our problem. It's the commission's problem. They didn't come here tonight and say to us, we want to review our business plan, our strategic plan, our service plan, and our governance. We're making that up. We wouldn't have the audacity to go to the board of the library here and say, we don't like what you're doing here. We're going to review everything you guys do. It's not our wheelhouse. I personally think we've got to send a letter, and maybe the 3 CEOs do that through EDCNS, and let the commission take some ownership on this. Let them come to us and say, we want to do a review. This is what we're going to do. We're going to have EDCNS do it, we're going to get all 4 municipalities on board, and we're going to commission this properly. But we're coming in the back door right now. And we're saying we don't like the way you do things. We're going to be the ones to analyze it. It's wrong. So I support the airport. I support more money, but I don't like this approach. The agreement states it's their responsibility. It's the commission's responsibility. This is no different than the library.
So on the heels of your comments, Councillor Rossin, you have a motion.
Yeah, the motion is that the CEO works with the neighboring municipalities to draft a letter to the commission, and that the commission works with the EDCNS to come up with recommendations on airport sustainability.
Jeff, how did you internalize that motion?
Through you, Mr. Chair, I just wondered if there were a number of comments that Councillor Rawson made that I wondered if it would be a benefit for the committee for me to provide some perspective from a staff angle. In terms of staff working with the other CAOs to make the request of EDCNS, I'm happy to take whatever direction it is the committee prefers. But I guess I want to just clarify for committee of the whole that it was the commission that actually came to us and asked for us to take the lead in terms of building the sandcastle and the sandbox. So that's why we are where we are today. The commission pulled the CAOs and the CFOs together and said, this is your asset, you folks are the owners, we need your folks that have the expertise and do these studies and projects in consultation with consultants to take the lead and really make it a focus and make it a priority for the three ownership groups moving forward. The other piece, just for clarification for committee, is the Tay Township piece. I don't disagree. There's been conversation about that at this table before, and certainly one of the pieces that we're suggesting be completed is a review of their governance model. As the ownership group, we believe that's well within our purview and well within our scope. And I think, in fact, that responsibility does lie with the ownership group to take the lead and determine what the best model is as the three owners. So that's definitely something we would propose and hope that gets reviewed and addressed through that process. In terms of the total cost of the study, I don't disagree. It potentially is on the high side, but we're going based on what we know today, and the CAO at Midland did have some conversation with some other airports, and this is the number that he landed on. So definitely the intent is that it'll come in lower, but we've tried to guesstimate it as best as we can. And I guess just finally, in terms of the purpose of why we are here today, is simply because when the commission asked us to get together, the three goals or the four goals that they talked to us about actually didn't, or the purpose of the meeting, I should say, back in May, nowhere in the purpose of the meeting did it talk specifically about the gas stocks or the fueling system. Definitely led into that, but the majority of it was talking about the financial challenges confronting the asset, engaging the owners for the purpose of defining a strategy, assuring sustainability, and maintaining and enhancing current service levels to grow the value of the asset. So definitely the fueling system was a large part of the conversation, but first and foremost, the intent was to bring everyone together to say, here's the situation, we need the ownership group to come to the table and really take the lead with this. So I'm happy to take whatever direction it is committee would wish, and I think I understand what Councillor Rawson has moved, and should this proposal fail with Tiny Township, then I will certainly entertain that, and in the meantime, we'll push this along to the other CAOs to say, whatever the decision is at this table.
Thank you very much. There is a motion on the floor that is moved, but not yet seconded. Would someone care to second Councillor Rawson's motion? Deb?
To get it on the floor for discussion.
It's moved by Councillor Rawson, seconded by Deputy Mayor. I wonder, just so we keep our focus, would you mind, Stacey, telling us what the motion is in your words?
I think I captured it, actually, surprisingly. Councillor Rawson spoke very quickly, but I have that the CAO work with neighboring municipalities to draft a letter to the Airport Commission, directing the Airport Commission to work with the Economic Development Corporation of North Simcoe to come up with recommendations for municipal airport sustainability.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just one comment. All this skating around and doing it different, we're all still going for the same goal. The commission needs to be treated like a municipal facility. It needs to be funded as such. Whether we go through EDCNS or whether we let the CAOs go, I'm not sure which the right way is. So I wouldn't mind lending support to Councillor Rawson's motion. But if that doesn't fly at Tiny's council upcoming meeting, which would change the outcome of Midland Council's Monday night meeting last Monday, I don't want us to be in a quandary either way. So I don't know if there's a way to form this in such a way that we could either just get Jeff to say it's okay for the funding part and float our idea of EDCNS, and if not, if that fails, you would either have to come back here and say, okay, we're going to use the same funds, but only do it through the CAO. So I'm just trying to skip it quicker this way. So, I would rather see EDCNS do it. I think they could do a good job. I think they could do it cheaper, and I think that would be one of the ways to get Tay Township on board a lot quicker. But Wood Forum does the work. I'm not really that concerned.
Councillor Levy, you're our town rep on the North Simcoe group. Do you have any comments from that point of view?
Yes, I think it's an interesting concept to have EDCNS take this on. However, EDCNS is a function of and is funded by 4 municipalities. The airport is funded by only 3. I'm not sure Tay Township, as much as we'd love to have them fund the airport, and we've lobbied and asked many times, I'm not sure how they feel about their funding dollars towards EDCNS going towards this. I would also add that we certainly don't have the expertise. We do have Roy Ellis as a board member who sits with Dan and is a board member on EDCNS and has a fairly good handle on airports and whatnot, but we would have to hire probably the same people the CAOs are looking at hiring. So I don't see that there's any difference. It would drag things out unnecessarily. To me, it's complicating the issue completely. I think the decision to be made is, do we give them the funding for this or do we not? Tossing it off to the EDCNS makes, as a board member, knowing what the board does and how they do it, as much as promoting the airport is part of what we do via our website and whatnot. We don't have the bodies, so we'd be back to doing exactly what the CAO has described, just a different group doing the same thing.
Thank you. Councillor Rose, do you feel sufficiently strongly that you want to move an amendment to the motion? No. Okay, thank you. Are there any other comments? Councillor LaRue.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm leaning with Councillor Rose in the respect that I think we should approve, but at the same time, look at EDCNS as doing the review. I don't think that we'll be looking at EDCNS for money or for funding. We're looking at giving them money to do a review, and probably a lot cheaper than any consultant. So I would go along the lines, and I would actually move that we approve the funding, but that the CAOs be given the green light to deal with EDCNS as the consultant to do the review.
Well, there's a motion on the floor, and Councillor LaRue, are you suggesting you're going to move an amendment to the motion on the floor?
I would do so.
What is your amendment?
My amendment is that we do the funding and look at EDCNS as the consultants.
Thank you. Do you have a seconder for your move to amend? Councillor Mayotte? The further discussion on the amendment only. Councillor Lauder?
I'm just wondering, does EDCNS, do they have the capability of, are we asking them to do the actual analyzation and consultation of the airport, or are we just asking them to get a consultant to do the analysis?
Councillor LaRue, would you like to clarify that for us?
Yes, we would be asking them to look into getting the review done, but with the proper consultants. So they would be looking at getting the consultants required to do it.
Okay. Any other further comments on the amendment only? All right. All those in favor of the amendment? Opposed? That is carried. So, we're now back to the original motion as it has been amended.
I'll give it a try.
Thank you.
So I have that the CIO will work with the neighboring municipalities, including the approval of the proposed funding, to draft a letter to the Airport Commission directing the Airport Commission to work with the Economic Development Corporation of North Simcoe to come up with recommendations for municipal airport sustainability.
Thank you. Give me just 1 second, Jeff, please. Does everyone have a clear understanding of what we just read? Sufficiently clear that you understand in order to make an intelligent vote? Okay. Jeff,
I
please.
need to ask.
Through you, Mr. Chair, I'm just looking for clarification. Certainly, I will, if should this pass by committee, I will work with my CAO's group to formulate a letter to the commission requesting the services of the BCNS, essentially leveraging them as the leader in this exercise as opposed to the 3 municipalities. I guess I'm looking for a little bit of clarification. Should the majority of the ownership group, be it Tiny and Midland, concur with actually the recommendation, the original recommendation? Is committee saying that they don't want to take part in that review and not fund the share? Because we could be in that situation where Tiny and Midland agree to the original recommendation in front of you tonight, and we're left going this other route, and the other two may not wish to go down that path. So I guess I'm just looking for clarification. Are we not willing? Are we saying that we're not willing to participate and throw the funding at it with the original intent? Should the majority of the ownership group concur?
My own belief is that this is an ongoing and bouncing ball that could bounce a number of different directions because we have numerous partners in the whole thing. Over whom we have no control. But what I'm hearing from my colleagues is what they would like to try and see happen is the Economic Development Committee of North Simcoe take on a greater leadership role with this whole exercise. My understanding of the motion amended is exactly that. Now, you're quite right. The other groups may not buy into that. We won't know until we present it to them.
So I guess I'm presupposing something here. So I'll let the vote occur, and I'll just be in a bit of a situation if the others agree to proceed down the original path. And we don't. I technically wouldn't have authorization to proceed and spend the money towards that review. So I'll let the vote play out as it will and seek clarification after.
Are there any further comments? Deputy Mayor?
Yes, I would like clarification. This motion does not mention anything about money. So am I wrong at that? Would you clarify that, please?
Yes, it does mention the approval of proposed funding. So it is vague, but it is in there.
Other questions? Seeing no more questions? Yes, sir.
I just want to follow up what Councilor Levy said. I'm not proposing that this is ECNS's wheelhouse. I think they've done good work and they've come here and celebrated what they've done. The mission is to foster balanced, sustainable economic growth in North Simcoe. We're talking about this asset providing economic opportunities in North Simcoe. And all I'm suggesting is that they don't do the work that they can get a consultant. I agree that might not be a bag, but the goal is, if the goal and objective of that group is to help bring economic opportunity, and they already have 4 partners on the table. If the 3 partners are willing to pay, and the 4th guy's in the corner, we can shame them into it. That's the whole goal. And the goal here is, I don't think everyone understands what Councilor LaRose is trying to do. Like this is it needs life support, and we're putting a Band-Aid on. Like it's an arterial bleed, and we're putting a Band-Aid on right now. And Band-Aids aren't working anymore. And we got to get into the intensive care unit and resuscitate this patient. It's in a bad way. And when I hear business plans, strategic governance, like we need to seriously do it. We need partners. That's why I want ECNS to be involved. That's the only reason.
That's my understanding of the thrust of the motion.
Yes, and I appreciate Councilor Ross saying, I agree with him completely. I was just fishing for the money to be attached, and now that it is fully on, thank you.
You've just been bothered, in other words.
Councillor Saunders?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Just,
Yes,
I just added a little something to the motion just to make it a little more clear to make sure council is aware. And I just wondered if that was okay. That the CAO will bring municipalities, including the approval of proposed funding of $15,000 to $20,000 to draft a letter to the Airport Commission regarding the Airport Commission to work with the Economic Development Corporation of North Simcoe to come up with recommendations for municipal airport sustainability. So just added that amount in there just for.
Right. Is that okay with the mover and seconder? Okay, everybody content to do a motion?
Mr. Chair, just wonder if we could add a provision. I'm just concerned that if the other municipalities agree to move forward, not engage GDC&S, that we're going to be sitting in the corner and not coming to the table with funding based on what I'm reading, unless I'm misinterpreting. So if it doesn't go the way we're asking, and I'm happy to push this amongst our group, then I have the funds and we will proceed as we originally intended. I guess that's the understanding I'm hearing. Okay.
Everybody happy? All in favor? Any opposed? The motion is carried. Whatever it says. All right, moving on, folks, to referrals to upcoming agenda. We have a number of items. The guest house loan forgiveness request we are in the process of resolving. Election 2018, reporting on items as required. We'll deal with that, I suspect, in the very near future. Finance insurance, joint RFP review. Code of conduct for members of council. And a towing contract. Are there any items there that you feel are unnecessary or redundant?
I think guest house we dealt with tonight. Come off.
I'm sorry? Okay. Everybody agree with that? Are there any items that should be added? Councilor Rowe?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I would like to add this airport and airport agreement for, let's say, first quarter of 2019.
We can do that. Anybody opposed to that? Any other items you'd like to add, Deputy Mayor?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. I just want a clarification on the towing contract. I thought we discussed this at the Police Service Board, and perhaps you could refresh my memory on what was discussed at the meeting.
You're right, discussed, and it referred to the second quarter of 2019.
Okay.
In the interim, the hope is that we get additional information from the CAO with respect to other communities and how they have proceeded. I was thinking Beach Beach as an example. But in any event, it will be coming back for further discussion in the future.
Thank you.
Other?
Sorry, Councillor Saunders. Just a clarification regarding the Huronia Airport Commission report that was requested by Councillor Rose. Just to get clarification on the key deliverables, as well as the expected date is I guess that would depend on the outcome of what we've been just talking about. So key deliverables would be essentially what was in that report.
Yes.
Okay. Is that right, Councillor Rose? Okay.
Any other additions? Seeing none? Question period, first of all, from the media? Oh, yes, you're right. Who will move all of that? Councilor Ross, Councilor Levy, all in favor? Carried. Now, back to questions from the media. Any questions from the media? You're not the media. Yeah, Elizabeth's on the back. Yeah, the media is here. And in the absence of comment from the media, members of the public.
Hi, my name is Kedge. I can't believe I'm up here third time. I didn't understand that the tow truck contract was involved in today's meeting. But my understanding with the tow truck contract that we got ourselves into, we have faced a substantial increase. One of the companies that proposal was rejected because they didn't meet our criteria, is now doing towing for Midland. I'm quite surprised that this company was more than adequate enough for Midland, but not yet for us. They put in much lower bid than what we accepted. I would like to...
Mr. Caddo,
Yes.
I appreciate your comments, but this issue is not on the agenda for discussion tonight. It'll be on the agenda for discussion in 2019.
Oh, okay. That's why...
Quite welcome back and comment at that time.
Perfect, thank you.
Any other comments from the public? Okay, this part is adjourned. Back to you, Madam Deputy Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor Saunders. And I will adjournment. Moved by Councillor Rawson, seconded by Councillor Louder. Thank you, Council. Thank you, everyone, for joining us this evening. Good night.